Hey yo, it's Fatboy's Crypto here, and in today's video, we're going to discuss one of my recent articles about staking your Soul Dog NFTs and discussing, is this worth it as a passive income opportunity? I'm going to discuss what I think kind of the pros and cons are here of this opportunity, discuss a little bit about how you can actually go ahead and start staking your Soul Dog NFTs on the Solana blockchain and all that and more. So if this is something that's going to interest you, please consider watching the video. Please also considering checking out my website, fatboyspassiveincome.com. On this website here, I basically am dedicated to blogging and writing and teaching about how to earn passive income using blockchain technology. As you can see, I already have a few articles up here, and I'm writing about 2 or 3 posts now every single week, and hopefully going to be starting to do these videos too. I'm very serious about tracking all my passive income. So as you can see, I'm really, really involved in this myself. I'll share you my wins, my losses, and all my different thoughts. So if that sounds interesting to you, please consider uh, checking out the website and also following my Twitter, Fatboys Crypto. Here you can see, consider following. I'll post regular updates and all those different types of things. Okay, guys. So first of all, if you guys have never heard about Soul Dogs before, let me quickly go into a bit of detail as to what it is. It's basically an up-and-coming NFT project on the Solana blockchain. It's been out the mint was, I think, now a few months ago, and it's a project that I'm personally quite bullish in when it comes just to NFTs themselves. Okay, the team is quite strong. Community is quite strong, all those different things. Obviously has a pretty good social media presence, et cetera, et cetera. The art looks really, really cool. And now, recently, they actually released their staking feature, which has gotten the whole community extremely, extremely excited. Okay. Um, Now, given that my channel is really about passive income, I think the key question really is, or that I'm going to try and answer um, is this really an opportunity that I should be putting my money into, right? I mean, what is the opportunity cost of basically buying some Soul Dog NFTs and staking them to earn passive income versus just going into a regular yield farm? So I'm going to try and answer all that question right now. So first of all, I just want to also quickly discuss how you can stake your Soul Dogs and how the general staking feature works. So if you actually go here, this is the Soul Dogs, what they call the Soul Dog City ecosystem, our website. This is eventually going to be a Web3 kind of metaverse style thing, or that's the plan in terms of the project and the white paper. But right now, of course, this is just a Web2 website with some Web3 capability. Okay, so if you wanted to stake your Soul Dogs, I'll show you exactly how you do it. Obviously, you're going to need to have a Solana wallet, given that this is built on the Solana blockchain. Solana is really great, man. I've been an ETH bull for so long, but I just really enjoy the speed, the cheapness, and just the quality of the Solana transactions. I know some people may disagree, but I mean, from my experience so far, it's been really, really great. So obviously connect your Solana wallet here. I use Phantom. It's really up to you what you guys want to use. Just log in here quickly. So once you've logged in here, what you're going to want to do if you want to stake is you want to go to the job board, okay? And here is basically kind of like a dashboard as to, you can see what they call Soul Dog jobs, basically the different staking opportunities where you can place your Soul Dog NFTs to earn a certain amount of bones, which is the native token. So it's important to realize here, guys, that your passive income that you will earn for staking your Soul Dog NFTs is going to be in the form of bones, which is a native token. Okay, um, we'll discuss this more a little bit later. But so as you can see, there are different staking opportunities for your Soul Dog NFTs. Some of these staking opportunities are only available for certain dogs who have certain rarities, okay? You can kind of do more research into that. So basically, the more rare that particular Soul Dog NFT is, you may be able to get certain or stake your Soul Dog in certain smart contracts or so-called jobs, right? That can earn you more bones on a daily basis, Okay, so very important to see here that you can see that all the daily salaries or the so-called the staking rewards that you earn, it's not a variable APR right now, but it's a flat rate, daily rate that you get in the form of bones. Okay, so um, let's say you just wanted to stake an entry-level dog. I already have one staked here, but just to show you how it would kind of work, you would go to view here, and then if you actually had a Soul Dog NFT available to stake, it would appear on this left side here on the under available column. You would click on it, then go to add, approve the transaction, of course, in your wallet. Fees are very, very cheap, so it's great when you're doing passive income or yield farming on Solana right now with NFTs and all the NFT staking features that have been releasing and all the different projects, right? So you add your dog, and then once your dog has been so-called added to the workforce, you will then have to actually stake your dog. So make sure you stake it. If you do not stake your dog, you are not going to be earning the passive income in the form of bones. Okay, that's very, very, very important to understand. Um, one thing that's also very important to note is that the Soul Dogs team is releasing new so-called Soul Dog jobs every single week. So there's always new opportunities to stake your dogs. Some are locked, some are unlocked, okay? But either way, normally the locking period tends to be only about 7 days. There's a couple here which are 2 months, 3 months, but those are premium positions, okay? So um, when a new job is announced, it is announced on the Discord typically or on the Soul Dogs Twitter. So make sure you follow those to keep up to date. Okay, so you can find new opportunities which may earn you more bones if you stake your Soul Dogs. And that's it. It's really, really straightforward. Buy a dog, stake them on this website here, and you can start earning bones straight away. And especially when you consider that even right now with the recent announcement that Soul Dog should be going be one of the first projects that's going to be available on OpenSea, right? As OpenSea now starts offering Solana NFTs, or that's the plan anyways. Um, the floor price is still for Soul Dog NFTs is even still below 2 Solana, which is when you really think about it and look at how some of the other projects have been exploding in the space. It's really, really crazy given how much the team has been executing and all those different types of things. So this is definitely NFT staking opportunity on the Solana blockchain that has a very low barrier of entry. So if you're looking for some exposure to NFTs as well as the opportunity to earn some passive income, this could definitely be the opportunity for you. But I already hear you guys who are big passive income guys or typical yield farmers and all those types of things. And I think one question that will arise straight away is that isn't Bones just another farm token, right? I think it's pretty clear at this point that we're well past the days where people didn't really know if farm tokens will be able to hold their value. We've seen so many projects now release a farm token or a native token, kind of like Bones. But then what we've noticed is that as the farm token rises, when TVL starts coming into that particular protocol or into that particular project, right, at sooner or later, the people that have been farming that token for a long time will start dumping it on the new incomers into that project. And soon enough, sooner or later, the farm token's value goes near to zero. And admittedly, when you look at the tokenomics of Bones, et cetera, and everything the way that everything's been set up for the launch of Bones, there's nothing really preventing Soul Dog NFT holders from dumping the Bones token as they accumulate the rewards. There's no real locking mechanism. Yes, I know that some jobs or some staking contracts do require you to lock your dog for about 7 days to, up to 1 month, 2 months, but that's really not a long period of time in terms of locking. And once the dog is unlocked, you can claim your rewards and just dump straight away. So there's no locking mechanism, and there's also really no alternative kind of Ponzonomics strategy being utilized to artificially maintain the value of the Bones token. So when you look at it from a purely tokenomics standpoint, you could say that the tokenomics aren't good enough to really actually farm the Bones token right now. Now, of course, the Soul Dogs team is trying to create additional utilities for the Bones token. For example, they just recently released a virtual shop where you can buy virtual products with your Bones tokens. There's plans to do lotteries and all these different types of additional things and launch these additional features, all which will provide additional utility or, some give Bones some sort of real sort of purchasing power, right? But these are still things in the in the future. As of right now, when you can simply go to Radium and swap Bones for USDC, um, right now the opportunity is there for people farming this to simply just dump the token and just cause a flood of supply, right? And potentially lower the value of the token. So with that being said, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that this opportunity is not good, right? You could still argue that it's very, very early. And at the same time, although like in yield farming terms, most people tend to just take their reward farm tokens and just dump them. We have to realize that this is also an NFT staking project, and therefore you cannot directly compare an NFT staking passive income project to a classic DeFi farming project, right? I mean, for one, is um, the demand is really, really created as well by this sense of community, right? In the NFT space, community is really everything, right? The sense of community is not really as strong in DeFi. So, for example, certain projects don't really tend to hold that real sense of community, unlike NFT projects. And there's no doubt that the Soul Dogs NFT project has a very, very strong community. I mean, if you just look at the Twitter alone, the engagement in Discord, and what the team is doing to really continuously create this engagement with weekly town halls and all those different types of things. Um, it really, this could be a signal that actually the Bones token will still maintain its value purely based on the fact that the community is so strong, and this community is not interested necessarily in just dumping this token on other community members, but rather they want to kind of accumulate it and eventually use it as the project continues to grow and this metaverse space of Soul Dog City continues to grow. So there is that one thing going in the project's favor. Furthermore, this team, the Soul Dogs team, has proven to be able to execute a roadmap really, really well, right? I've been following the project for some time, and if you actually follow the project for, um, a few weeks or a few months, which feels like years in the NFT space, you'll really notice that the Soul Dogs team does continue to execute. So, provided that the Soul Dogs team continues to execute, the narrative for Soul Dogs and for Bones is going to continue being in the public eye. And when that's the case, when narrative is strong, things, very speculative projects, very speculative tokens like Bones tend to continue to go up in value. So that's something that we also seriously, seriously need to consider. Okay. But okay, so if you're only interested in really building a passive income portfolio, um, does it still make sense, in my opinion, to really go into this opportunity? Should you buy Soul Dogs NFT and stake it and try and get Bones? Do you really expect for the value of Bones to increase? Um, and the reality is, again, that I really, really do think that the value is going to increase. But with that being said, of course, when you just simply do the math and look at the the cost required right now to purchase a Soul Dog NFT and what the rewards are going to potentially be still at these current prices, right? So about one Bones token right now is worth about, 2 cents. When you really start doing the math and start seeing how much you'd be earning on a weekly basis and all those different types of things, you could argue that probably the opportunity cost is too high when you see other farms like Mad Meerkat Finance offering 300+% interest, and that farm just fucking printing money like crazy. It's wild. So you could argue that the opportunity cost is really not good, but if you want to get into a chance to be exposed to NFTs as well as still earn some passive income, that's still, pretty reasonable, pretty good. I think that Soul Dogs does prove to be an interesting opportunity. And one thing I'll have to state clearly here is that it's really nice to actually see that the Soul Dogs NFT project was very, very open to make sure that users, if they wanted to accumulate bones and just sell it for profit, that they could. They did that since the beginning. That's actually kind of positive, I think, in my eyes. People need to be able to cash out their profits, in my opinion. And if you make it very difficult to cash out profits like some other NFT projects, it kind of raises a red flag for me, right? In the sense that, they're really trying everything in their power to kind of maintain that Ponzi-nomic kind of strategy going. And I don't really agree with that. So that's very, very positive to see. Bear in mind, guys, that if you are going to be engaging in this Soul Dog NFT passive income staking opportunity, that we do have to be aware of the risks involved with NFT staking versus just regular yield farming. First of all, rugs are obviously very common in the NFT space, and while I have done plenty of research with on Soul Dogs, and I've talked to Soul Dog team members, etc., and I personally don't think that they're going to be rugging or anything, and they seem to be very legitimate. um, there's still always the possibility. You can never think that something may not be a rug, because if you're not on your toes, then that's typically when you do get rugged, okay? You also have to remember that NFTs are less liquid assets than just holding regular tokens that you can easily swap on a DEX, right? If you want to exit out of an NFT position, like for example, you buy 2 Soul Dogs, you stake them, you start earning bones at the same time, the Soul Dog floor raises from 2 Solana to maybe 20 Solana, right? And you say, oh my God, I've hit a 10x here. I want to cash out. Okay, I want to call it a day. Exit. Game theory mindset, right? We always want to make sure we have a game theory mindset when we're approaching passive income earning. So the reality, though, is that NFTs are less liquid assets, okay? You can't just simply go to a marketplace and automatically find a buyer like if you're trying to sell tokens, right? If you want to sell an NFT, you literally have to list it. You have to find a buyer that's willing to pay the amount that you're listing it for, and all those different types of things. In other words, there's no guarantee that you'll actually be able to sell your NFT. Okay. Now, of course, if you put it slightly below floor price, there's a pretty good chance that it will get sold, but you understand what I mean. NFTs are less liquid assets, so it's very important to understand that um, you need to always take the best precautionary measures to make sure that if you do want to get out of a position, that you are considering that NFTs are less liquid and that you may not be actually be getting, for example, the floor price when you do sell your NFT. Okay, you have to be very, very aware of that. Okay, so in conclusion, do I think that Soul Dogs NFT staking is really worth it? The reality is that I think if you're looking purely for a passive income speculation play, then buying Soul Dog NFTs and staking them for bones is not worth it. The risks are too high for the rewards. I think there's better opportunities out there, and there are just so many passive income opportunities out there that like there's definitely better options than this. But with that being said, if you're looking for a decent looking NFT project which also has a passive income play, Soul Dogs may honestly be what you're looking for, because the barrier to entry is low, so if you lose, it doesn't hurt too bad. Transaction fees are cheap again, so you don't get fucked by gas, and the project has a really strong community and team, and that's ultimately what you really want to look for in a project that's this early, that still has a huge roadmap ahead of it, that they need to execute in order for this project to be a success, right? So again, do your own research, make sure that this is something that you really want to engage in. And if you choose to engage in Soul Dog staking, make sure that you really, really dedicate an appropriate amount of your portfolio to the opportunity given the high risks, right? Don't just fucking ape in. Don't put your mortgage on this opportunity. Be very, very smart about it, okay? If you choose to go for this opportunity, happy staking, rough, rough. Okay, this is Fatboy's Crypto, guys. Hope you enjoyed this roundup. Again, please consider giving me a follow on Twitter. Here we go here. Please considering checking out my website. I'm going to be doing regular articles, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.